You guys, I just got a call back from the guy that we left the message in his fence for the greenhouse to see what he was doing with the soup house. And he says, "Ma'am, what do you want to do with the greenhouse? Do you want to farm?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm already farming. I want to build a hoop house. I want a bigger one here for propagating and everything." I was telling him. He goes, "Ma'am, there's no money in farming. You will go broke." He was so genuine and so sweet. And he was like, "I tell you, you do not need any greenhouse." He was like, "You'll waste your time, you'll waste your money." And he was like, "You will not make money farming. People don't want to buy organic. They want to eat pesticides. They don't even know." I mean, you guys, this guy like really just captured my heart. He took all this time to talk to me. We were on the phone for probably like 35 minutes, but I just really enjoyed talking with him. He told me exactly like how I can make my own. He was like, "Don't worry about trying to take one down like this." He said, "You just make your own." So he literally gave me the complete instructions, told me where to go locally to buy everything I need to make it, and was like, "Call me back if you have any questions or if you need any help." He's 74 years old. He rides a bicycle, and he does 50 miles. I think he said 2 hours. He does 25 miles an hour riding a bike. It's just insane. So very encouraging. I'm so glad that I left that note there. He really like added some value to my day, and like I'm never gonna forget the stories he told me. And yeah, although I'm not going to quit farming and I'm not in it to get rich, I still think that that story was awesome, and I love that he shared. And okay guys, let's check out these windows. That call was so amazing, but these were the windows we were picking up when I seen that dilapidated hoop house. And I'm so glad I left a note. You guys, it's things like that that really just kind of bring interest and humor and knowledge to learning how to do new things, or if you're trying to do something that's outside of your budget. I really enjoy hearing from our elders and those who have walked this path before us. I do think that there is a difference between market gardening and ministry gardening and farm stand gardening, and there's all sorts of different things, guys. So for us here, we have a farm stand on our property. We don't do farmers markets. We don't sell wholesale or commercially, so it really does eliminate the amount of loss, and our main goal is to feed people, so we give a lot of stuff away. So guys, you can see here I am getting these windows unloaded, and my goodness, 42 windows was a lot. I really am so happy with all the sizes that we were able to get. Really loving the difference between each one. They're very unique. I had to have my daughter come over and help me get these ones down because I just couldn't reach any further. But man, this was amazing. I'm so glad that I kept my eye out on Marketplace, because it's things like that that bring these materials in, and now we'll be building our greenhouse. Okay, this video is all over the place, but we're really working with some smoky tines. I'm trying to find ways to keep things going. I'm really having a hard time being in the house, so I'm setting up a little place here to take this trash to treasure. This is an old console table. It was really beaten up and dried, and it wasn't the style I wanted to bring into our home, so I went ahead and I'm cleaning it right now with a vinegar solution to make sure that any of the dust or mold spores or anything that could possibly be on it from being outside is nice and clean and ready to go. I'm using Waverly paint in a mineral tone, and I really chose this because it has a nice gray to it, but it's not too dark and it's not too light. I think it'll really work well with the colors that I'm using in our living room and complement not only the furniture but our floors as well. So I'm just gonna hit the top one really well. I feel like if you go with the top surface first, so that's your most used surface, you want to get that done so that way it can dry and you can hit it with the second coat. So we always work on our biggest surface first. As I'm coming to an end, I want to make sure that I get all of these edges on it, and I'm gonna just work my way around. And as I get around, I want to make sure I have no drips and nothing else. I'm working on this front part. This is the underneath ledge here. And as I'm doing this, I thought, you know what, let me just see on these drawers. Went back and moved to the side. So I'm really trying to get underneath the ledge because a lot of people come over, they want to lay on the ground and relax and watch movies and stuff. I want to make sure that this table looks good from all angles and you're not going to catch any unpainted spots. So now I'm going to go ahead and just hit a really light coat, you guys. Now to get a good finish on your pieces, this is a chalk paint. But it really stands true for most paint jobs is you want to do a light coat of paint and then come back and do a second coat. The one thing that's really good about using chalk paint is that you do not need to prime it before you start painting. You can just have at it. You want to use a very clean surface so that way the paint adheres to it nicely, and make sure that it cures for about 24 hours before setting anything on it. But I'm just going to go ahead and finish up here. I'm making sure that I get into all my angles and crevices. I don't like to have any cracks showing. And this one was a little heat bitten, so it was very dry and kind of a brittle table. But as you can see, I've got my Hoosier brush and I'm using the cut-in brush. It's the nice stubby one. I love it. It's almost got like a rubber handle on it, so it's very flexible and easy to paint with, especially when you're doing smaller pieces like this with a lot of detail. I do want to encourage you when you're working on the legs to be very cautious about getting any drip marks or anything onto the other side of the leg. So make sure that as you're painting, you're checking around to clean up any drips. You don't want them to dry. It's always harder to get a nice, clean, finished, professional look if you have drips. You'll have to resand and paint, and it's always just better to take that time and do it right the first time. So here we're going with our second coat. I'm back to the top again, and you can see I'm really just kind of going over anywhere that looks a little bit light or, you know, needs a little bit more as far as the corner creases and whatnot. But I do make sure I get a really nice, thorough coat on this because this will be the main surface of this piece. And as you can see, I'll work my way all the way around, and then I will start right back out at the same leg that I began with and then complete everything I did in our first round. Hey guys, I just want to remind you, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so. I'm trying to make at least 3 videos a week. I was on a 90-day challenge. Right now I'm slowing it down because of the smoke out here in California, but I would love to have you guys subscribe. And to all those who've been watching my videos, I just want to thank you so much. It is so fun to be on here sharing our life with you, and it really encourages me through my healing journey to be able to do something and just feel like I'm connecting with folks. So if you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thank you again for watching. I hope you guys love the finished look on this and where I set it up in the living room. I'm super excited to have it, and I'm really excited to actually have a piece of furniture in here, being that our living room has been really bare, and this is kind of a big point to start doing some things to get this place looking more like a home. I do have a hutch I'm working on, and I cannot wait to reveal that to you guys. You're going to love it. So if you're into things like this where, you know, upcycling, refurbishing, refinishing furniture is your thing, you can definitely tune into my channel for future videos like this. This is something I did for a living for a long time, and I'm kind of just bringing it back now because we have a lot of time here and we have a very empty house. So if we're gonna fill it, we're gonna fill it with things that are, you know, done by our hand, on our land, and just really kind of taking this whole sustainability thing very seriously from start to finish. And that's it, guys. We're touching up this last corner, and I'm going to show you the reveal. I have it set up here as a console table, but that's not how I used it. Hey guys, here is the finished product. Our living room is set up with a very open floor plan. We've got the 2 chairs over here, the couch on this side, and then straight ahead is the TV with that console table. Underneath is the Rubbermaid bin that we were setting our TV on before. We put a lid on it, stacked some blankets and pillows. Over to the side, I've got my iPad and my gardening books that I'm currently using, just laid right there. We've got our chess piece, very beautiful little marble piece there, and that's just blocking our internet cable. But I think it came out really well. Those porcelain knobs came from Amazon. I'm really happy with them. I definitely think it's the look that we're going for in here with the touches of gold. Kind of highlights these hairpin gold legs that we have on our shaggy ottoman. So that's it, guys. That is our little from trash to treasure. This was a piece I was gonna throw away because it had seen better days and I didn't want that red toned wood. So I really love how this came out.